Hey everyone. So a couple of preachers that I've really appreciated learning from what have was the first one was Isaac Serrano, who he was one of the teaching pastors at the church I previously worked at, and he had a great way of just being very relevant to the context. And he was able to take different things going on in culture and be able to put a make us think theologically and missionally about what was going on in culture. And so that's something that I really appreciate and want to be able to do more often, and be able to think through. He also he did great exegetical work, but also pushed us to come to answers on our own and through uh, the work of the Holy Spirit, rather than giving us answers 1, 2, 3 or steps 1, 2, 3. He asked lots of questions, and it was just good preaching, I think. And so that's he was one pastor that I think I just appreciate and want to emulate a bit. And also, my current pastor right now, Jeff Chandler, he does a great job of knowing his context well. Living in Bakersfield and living in or going to a church that is has lots of different generations and people from different upbringings and whatnot. He does a great job of knowing his context and being able to preach to that. And one of the things that looks like for him is that um, he will mention conversations he has during the week, or situations that he's had with congregant members throughout the week, but not to call them out. And he does it in a way that is very vague and not you don't know who he's talking about. But at the same time, you also get a feeling and an opportunity to just hear where our congregation is at and people in our congregation, the things that they're dealing with and struggling with. And so he does a great job of being able to pick those things out and be able to speak into the context very well, and encourage us into mission in our own lives. And again, he does a great job of not telling us this is what you have to do. He may give some practical examples of what the gospel may look like, or what serving someone may look like. But he does he tells us to be thinking about what those what the gospel or what the topic, how that applies to our um, specific lives and situations. So those are things that I want to be able to emulate. Those are things that I want to be able to do. One thing I have learned is that I can't preach like him or preach like Isaac, but I can take the values that I see in them and that I appreciate in them, and be able to weave that into my own style and my own ability to preach. So those are my thoughts for the week. Talk to you guys later. Bye.